halfway house Thursday afternoon. Just got back from New Braunfels, Texas with this Pontiac, I don't know, jackpot, treasure trove, whatever you want to call it, and one slotted mag that I saved from the scrap pile. Actually, some of the stuff came from the scrap pile. So first of all, I want to give a big shout out to my good buddy Larry Parks at One Man Garage, because he's been my Pontiac go-to guy for 15 plus years now. He's a super good dude, and he's super knowledgeable about Pontiacs. And he actually sold me my first 62 Catalina, and recently been trying to put together a combo for my 65 Catalina wagon. It's supposed to be a 389. It's got a 326 in it. It runs really good. I just put a 4-barrel on it, and it runs even better. But I really want to do a four speed. And if I do a 4-speed, I want to put at least a 389 or a 400 or something in it. So we've been trying to come up with a combo of cheap stuff and stuff that I have and he has, and I think we're getting closer. But anyway, so yeah, Larry Parks, One Man Garage. Go check him out. He's a great dude and a very knowledgeable Pontiac guy. So I want to thank Larry for all he's done for me in the last 15 years. So we'll start with this bad boy here. So I'm telling you, like, this is like buildings and buildings and acres of parts that I just went through. So it's a buddy of mine. His wife's parents own a local vintage, classic dealership, and this is kind of stuff they have left over. And I mean, it's mainly Chevy and Ford stuff, so you really got to dig. But I found some good Pontiac stuff, so they called me like, hey, we're scrapping all this stuff, come look through it. So we'll start with this one. So anyway, so like, it's so much stuff that I just kind of made a pile and loaded it up, and then I was like, I'll figure it out later. So Larry's been helping me ID this stuff. So this appears to be, I don't know if you can see, 455 with 62 heads. 1973 apparently, 455, 62 heads. Screw and stud sounds like a pretty potent combo. This one they told me was a 400, which apparently it is a 400 out of a 68, I believe is what Larry said. 68 Firebird. Yeah, I got some fancy oil pan on it. Obviously been sitting a long time, but it's really pretty damn clean. They're both super clean. So I think those are good scores. And I don't know where to go next. We'll just kind of go in order. Found these in the corner. Look like some pretty big primaries. I think they're 2-inch or 1 7/8. Doug's. There's the part number. I think these are GTO Le Mans, stuff like that. I don't need them, but they were going in the scrap. So the only non-Pontiac thing I saved is this Mopar. And obviously I'm a Mopar guy. I got got a Dart over there, got a Ram Charger here, get this not a Polar, it's a damn Fury. But so I know enough about them. And I don't know if you can see, 489 case, I don't know if you can see, 355 gear. I believe that's a clutch style sure grip. That's a good score. Gears are pretty pitted, but overall that's a good score. These were headed for scrap. Just, I don't even know what they're from. Obviously Pontiac of some sort. One of the employees had this on his saved thing, and I was like, what are you gonna do with it? He's like, I'm gonna list it for sale. I was like, well, I'll buy it. Like, how much you want? He's like, I don't know anything about it. And so I thought it was 1964, but well, you can't really see the part number, but it's the same, or casting number, sorry, same as this one. So it actually comes back to 1965, which is perfect for my wagon. And both these are the same intakes. I dug this out of the scrap pile, which is the correct one for that, same as this one. And I dug this out of the scrap pile, which is a non-idle circuit, what appears to be a tri-power carb. No tag on this one. This one comes back as 1965. This one comes back as 65, 66. This carb appears to be the same as this one, which actually appears to be the same as this one. So I think I did good there. Actually, these are brand new air cleaners. Napa Gold, baby. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I actually got some extras too. Pretty good score. So I think I'm doing pretty good at this point. Actually, I think I'm doing really good. This was in the scrap pile. I don't know what it's for, but it's I assume probably Corvette is what I was thinking. But nice dual snorkel. Really in pretty good shape. I don't know if that's factory, but some hot rod shit. Then the dude dug this out of the pile, 400 Pontiac. We keep digging and they keep bringing me shit. Pontiac. That's off one of the motors. And then right before I leave, he brought me this 165 roller rockers. Not sure what brand, but they look super clean. Obviously they're dirty, but they're in good shape. Balancer, 2 water pumps, slightly different. I don't know the later stuff well enough to tell what's what. And then we found these valve covers under a bench. Found this nice Kaufman timing cover, and you know, a little slotted mag. So overall, I think I did pretty damn good. This is probably the best Pontiac score you're ever going to find these days. And I'll have to talk to Larry more, but well, now I'm thinking, well, let's put this shit and this shit, and I'll have to talk to him about compression ratios, because I know he likes 87 pump gas. I'm like, fuck that. I run at 93 and all my shit anyway, you know. So if we can make this work with 93 octane in a 4-speed and this tri-power, and I honestly don't know what gears I have in my wagon, but I am going to run a 1970 whatever Super G10 with a 342 first gear, so it'll be super low for a big heavy wagon. I think we'll be okay with some slightly more radical stuff. I do need to find some headers for it. Maybe I can trade these for some full-size headers. That'd be awesome. Anyway, I think I did pretty damn good. I'm going back tomorrow to hopefully find some more non-Chevy, non-Ford stuff. But I mean, man, if you need a Quadrajet, they got 50 of them. You need an Edelbrock or Holley, they got 50 of them, and they put fuel injection on everything and AC on everything, and so there's just so much good stock factory shit that they don't want. But you know, can't keep everything, and neither can I. So I was kind of trying to be, well, I mean, as you can tell, all this shit fit in the bed of my truck, but barely. So going back tomorrow, hopefully get some more. But I'm thinking let's run this 65 tri-power on my 65 wagon. Let's put this 455 in there. I do have a BOP bell housing. I don't have a flywheel. And I've got a, like I said, late 70s, early 80s Super T10 with the super low first gear, the 4-groove input shaft. And let's have a sweet little cruiser wagon. So yeah, I think I've got enough shit. Well, fuck, maybe let's run these. Oh, there you go. That says Pontiac too. I didn't even notice that earlier. Yeah, maybe we'll do some roller rockers. But this is what I was gonna run in the 65 wagon. This is a 1967, I believe, 400 out of a Grand Prix. Larry actually sold me this motor 15 years ago or so, and we put it in a 68 Firebird, and the chick, she moved to Houston, got married, and he didn't want to fuck with Pontiacs, so they put an LS in it, and so I bought this back. It's never been run. You know, it's slightly complete and the wrong blue, but no big deal. It does have brand new pistons in it, but they appear to be low compression, and Larry said with these heads and those pistons, it's going to be a turd. So he sold me a set of 1965 389 heads, and I was going to have those built and put on here and have a, you know, like a, you know, a whatever 9 to whatever compression motor and put that in the wagon. But fuck, now that I got a 455, I actually never had a 455 before, so maybe let's build the 455 and tri-power 455. Like, goddamn, 4-speed wagon, that's like all the buzzwords. That's about as cool as it gets. So I'm gonna consult with Larry some more. One man garage, he's the man. So I'm gonna keep doing some research and talking with him, and let's put together a pretty potent combo for the Catalina wagon. Anyway, halfway house, good score. See y'all later. All right, halfway house. It's Saturday, getting rained out, trying to get some shit done on the Ram Charger. But I was looking at this thing earlier, and I never noticed it. I mean, it was a long day the other day, and I just kind of, you know, I got one bolt in the front and one in the rear. Didn't notice that this doesn't bolt up. I was like, oh shit, these must be round ports. So I dug up the other header. Sure enough, those are round port Doug's 64 to 72 GTO Le Mans, you know, Tempest headers. You know, they're like $1,200 headers, but not going to work for anything I got, especially with round ports. Somebody's ripping it. I don't know who that is. But anyway, so start kind of doing some digging, because like Larry said, with these 62 heads, he said there's a 73 block, but the date code appears to be 71, so I assume there's a 71 or 72 motor, but it's all the same shit, doesn't matter. But he thinks with these heads, and actually he confirmed everything I read, that This 455 with those heads should be around 11 to 1, which is way more than you can do on pump gas. We do have 93 octane here in Texas, not enough for this combo, assuming that the pistons are stockish. So from what I've been reading, 20 to 30 cc dish pistons should put you around 9.5 to 1, which is doable with pump gas. But hopefully we can make something work. Even if I do have to put pistons in this, who gives a shit? I mean, it's super clean. It doesn't really look like this thing's ever been ran. The paint's not even burnt off. You know, the center exhaust ports, like, if you know Pontiacs, these are always fucking, you know, braking will burn that paint off. So no telling what this thing has, but I'm kind of running out of time today. But I'm hoping between this 455 and these heads and this 400, which is super clean, some flash rust, I think. Actually, I know it'll clean up with the hone, but this 400, 1960, what I say, 1968, and this 67 400, which has, I guess, kind of smog heads, or maybe not smog heads, but low compression heads with low compression pistons. Not a good combo. So, like I said, I do have 1965 389 heads, which Larry says will work well with this. So, hopefully, between what I got, you know, between the 65 heads, this combo, this 455 with tri-power, in these heads, in this 400, and with no heads, I'm hoping I can put something together. But if anybody needs some round port GTO headers, I'd love to trade for a set of full size 65 Catalina, you know, headers. That'd be awesome. But I know it's a long shot. If you want to buy these, hit me up, and I'll sell them because I don't need them, especially round ports. So if you got some D port for some full size mid 60s shit, I'm down. But again, Larry's on vacation, so I'm trying not to bother him. But I'm hoping we can put something together using this 455. Because that 455 with the tri-power and the right heads and 9.5 to 1 compression would be tits. So anyway, I'm about done here. It's about to get dark, so I'm calling it a day. Tri-power. We got tri-power for days. Dual quads. I got a whole stash of dual quads and tri-powers over there as well. Got a tri-power 63 motor there. You can never have too many. So I'm hoping we can make something work for the wagon. But I'm calling it a day, and probably calling it a year. You know, it's 2 days before Christmas. So Happy New Year, Milner, and I'll see y'all later. God, sexy.